In this lesson, we'll learn how to solve some simple exponential equations. Before we start, there's one property we should be aware of. I'll write it here, that if AX equals AN, this implies that X equals N, as long as A is not equal to -1, 0, or 1. So keep this in your mind, and we'll use this idea when we're solving these problems. If you look at the first question, we have 2 to the power x equals 16. And using our property on the right here, we should endeavor to get these having the same base. So this is base 2. It would be a good idea if we could turn 16 into base 2 as well. And we can do that. 2x will be equal to 2 power 4. So using our property on the right, we have the same base, which is implying that now that the indices are equal. So in this case, we can say that x must equal 4. In question B, we've got 4 power y equals 1 on 8. So we can make this base 2. So we've got 4y, we'll make that 2 squared y, and 1 on 8 is equal to a to the -1 power, and we'll change 8 to be 2 cubed, like that. And now we've got 2 to the power 2y equals 2 to the power -3. So now we have equal bases. Therefore, 2y must be equal to -3. And now we can solve for y by dividing by 2 both sides. So y will be equal to -3 on 2. In question C, we have 5 power 2y times 3 power y equals 1 on 75. It's not really clear here what to do, but what I suggest for you to do is put your 5 squared in a bracket, y on the outside, times 3y equals 1 on 75. Now 5 squared is 25, so 25y times 3y equals 1 on 75. Now we have a common power, but different bases. So we can use the rule AM times BM equals AB to power M, and we'll combine those two numbers. So this would give us 25 times 3 to power y is 1 on 75. And 25 times 3 is 75, so 75 power y. And 1 on 75 is the same as 75 to power -1. And so now we have base 75 on both sides. And this is telling us that y will be equal to -1. In question D, we have 3 power y plus 3 to the power y plus 2 equals 90. And notice now again, we have a positive in our equation. So what I suggest for you to do here is to factorize. But before we do that, let's expand this second term. So we have 3 power y plus 3 power y times 3 squared equals 90. So we have 3 power y plus 9 times 3 power y equals 90. And now we can see the common factor is 3 power y. So 3 power y outside of 1 plus 9 equals 90. And 9 plus 1 is 10. So we have 10 times 3 power y is 90. We would divide both sides by 10. So we'll get 3 power y is 9. And we can tell now that 3 power y equals 9 will give us y equals 2, because 3 squared equals 9. In question E, we have 25 to the power x minus 4 equals 0.2. So in this question, I recommend we use base 5. 25 is 5 squared, x minus 4, and 0.2 is 1/5. we can expand this bracket. So we'll have 5 power 2x minus 8 equals 5 power negative 1. So now we have base 5. So therefore, these powers must be equal. So 2x minus 8 equals negative 1. So 2x equals 8 minus 1 will be 7. X will be 7 on 2. And that's your answer there. In question F, we have 8 to the power x plus 5 equals 1 on the square root of 4 to the power x minus 3. So we have 8 and 4, and both of those can be written to base 2. So we'll use base 2 for this question. And on the right side, you can see you've got 1 on the square root of a number like that. So that's the same as writing 1 on 8 to the half. And that's the same as writing 8 to negative a half. So we need to make that change on the right side. So 8 is 2 cubed, x plus 5 equals 4 to power x minus 3 to negative a half, using this idea on the right side here. So now we have base 2 on the left, and we need to make 4 base 2 as well. So we can write this as 2, 3x plus 15 equals 2 squared x minus 3, and that is to power negative a half. So we have 2 power 3x plus 15 equals 2 to power 2x minus 6, and that is to power negative a half. So now we'll expand the right side. So again, 2 power 3x plus 15 is 2 to the power negative a half times 2. That would be negative x. Negative 6 times negative a half is 3. So now we have base 2 on both sides. So therefore, 3x plus 15 is negative x plus 3. Therefore, that would be 4x equals negative 12. And from that, we divide 4 both sides, and x will be equal to negative 3. Thanks for watching.